Hey, young and sanctified. Christ is the king, so they can't deny. Straight up, man, but step aside. Let me and my come just to testify. Casting out devils ain't strange to us. Casting out devils ain't lame to us. He who is out though is greater than us. Put change in us, no chains on us. Me and my brother just trying to win. Me and my brother trying not to sin. They don't even wanna let Brian in. Got mad when they came over Bible in. They wanna fight me in. Everybody know what I've been through. Everybody know how much I miss who. So-called beef, but you know who. Can't be beat, Satan gon' lose. All this faith, you gotta love God. All this faith, you gotta trust God. Even in your life, times get hard. What you gonna do? Give up on God, deny yourself. Take your cross, die to self, and that's your loss. Hey, when it come to G.O.D., not to be messed with. I'ma tell you, like somebody told me, Christ rule everything around me. Might not wanna move around me. God got angels all around me. God got favor all around me. God got greatness all around me. Can't never mind to hang around me, pray around me, stay around me. Oh, His glorious love. So I tell everybody about you. I say, oh, I'm saved by His blood. So I tell everybody about you. Oh, my God is living in me. His Spirit's living in me. My God is living in me. His Spirit's living in me. My God is living in me. His Spirit's living in me. My God is living in me. His Spirit's living in me. 7 a.m. up in the morning, thinking my God, cause I've been growing up the chosen. Study like a theologian, marching like a Roman Trojan. To try to come with me open. Remember, God near the broken. Holy word that was spoken. Hey, remember the twin, nigga, the twin, like on never dim. Never pretend, never again. I don't play with sin. Bless me now. Since the fetus, you've been with me, my Jesus. I'm not afraid to tell the world that I need you. Come and take a journey through my city. That's Brother Brahman, that's not busy. Come and take a journey through my city. Hey, I know my Savior with me. Remember Revelation to speak about Armageddon. Lalos to give them heaven. That's why I give them heaven. Trust in the Holy Bible. Me and my make disciples. Keep your riches on earth, throw your diamonds and your sapphires. Every fiber in my body, I rap for the true Messiah. Hey, how can I forget? You saved me straight from the fire.
Waters in the backslide, never lift my hands high. Spirit is living inside. I jump in that river, I had to get baptized. Lift my hand to the rabbi. Open that word, he told me that I really came here to serve. I jump in the back and I wait on my turn. For the ones that don't know, better go low, better go low. Nigga, defeated me, bro. Covered inside of that blood for you. Whom shall I feel when the enemy coming? You know that I gotta go run to you. I'm leaving the scripture. Don't ever let sin come and grip you. That's that true surrender. But I know he's always with you. That's why I feel richer. I jump in the river, I give you my members, give you my agenda. Gotta bless my enemies, Lord. I know that you're my true defender. You calling me, I'ma follow you. Your word renew my mind. I'm a hunger, I'm gon' thirst, and I'm gon' lie, so I'm gon' find. And I'm already know this. You're the one I'm posting. Talking about you're the one that's chosen. Let me do it for the one that's broken. Midnight rolling, far from sober. Open that door, open that door. I'm robbing the king, come robbing soldiers. Looking out for all these vultures. Sweet Jesus, that sweet aroma. Oh, His glorious love.
So I tell everybody about you. I say, oh, I'm saved by His blood. So I tell everybody about you. No, my God is living in me. His Spirit's living in me. My God is living in me. His Spirit's living in me. My God is living in me. His Spirit's living in me. My God is living in me. His Spirit's living in me. PT, come and spit that scripture. Ain't finna hit you with magic. Came to cast down evil magic. Living water inside me, you're talking Atlantic Ocean. Loaded. Holy Spirit, tell me what I gotta do. Get closer to Christ alive. Prepare in case I die tonight. Hey, come look on that line, cause it's all fresh at the home. Strike disciple. Strengthening my boots. You know I can't lose. Got weapons to heaven and feed my rivals. Caught up in it, had to catch myself. We live. Realize I had my death. In my eyes, I was wise. The conversations came with the man in the sky. Set in the stone. Get up the dust when I'm coming home. I'm stuck on the run. Can't burn the done. My God ain't done. My God ain't done.
Man, let's go, Yasharal, man. We got the self-destruct mechanism of the nations, man. The true birthrights of the son who inherits, man. Let's go to our next music joint, families. I want to say that I love y'all. Let's get it in, man.
I'm so off-balanced. You keep me grounded. Often unsure of myself, but you're my validation. And fear and insecurity has to leave. Cause I'm walking with you. They say that the sky is the limit. Yeah. Well, you tore the roof off that image. Yeah. You and I were meant to fly. Well, my bad. Like got delayed. So here I am, learning to let go. I surrender my all, give you everything. 'Cause I'm all in, don't let me drown. Floating, you're my preserve. I feel you there, you're always there for me, always there with me. Just because there's clouds in the sky, don't mean the sun won't shine again. And when the moon comes out in the night, the stars gather round and dance. They say that the sky is the limit. Yeah, you tore the roof off that image. Yeah, you and I were meant to fly. Frustration turns a new page. So here I am, surrendering all. I surrender all. 'Cause in your presence there is fullness of joy. I'm all in, don't let me drown. Floating, you're my preserve. I feel you there, you're always there for me, always there with me. I'm all in, don't let me drown. Floating, you're my preserve. I feel you there, you're always there for me, always there with me. In your presence there is fullness of joy. There is peace. I surrender my all, give you all of me. Yeah.
I need you like the coffee in the morning. Wake up from your sleep, stop the snoring. Your wisdom is already pouring. And I wanna praise you. I wanna praise you. I wanna praise you. I wanna praise you. You're my coffee, coffee, coffee. You're the first thing in the morning. You're my coffee, coffee, coffee. Gotta have you in the morning. You're my coffee, coffee, coffee. You're the first thing in the morning. You're my coffee, coffee, coffee. Coffee, coffee, coffee. I've been distant, so distant. It just all feels so different. It may seem like I'm mixing, but there is something missing. All the tension he's fixing. The position keeps switching. I gotta sit down and listen. I gotta sit down and listen. Hey, yes, he's my rock. Making a move and he's right on my side. Yahushua has came, so confess my shiach. Repent for your sins and then wash all your spots. Through all the pain, chasing that life that you cannot contain. Repent and repent, but please don't entertain. Living this life that you gotta sustain. You're my coffee, coffee, coffee. You're the first thing in the morning. You're my coffee, coffee, coffee. Gotta have you in the morning. You're my coffee, coffee, coffee. And the first thing in the morning, you're my coffee, coffee, coffee. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Praise you. I wanna praise you. I wanna praise you. I wanna praise you. When you look at my brothers, what's your first impression? Does the sight of us leave you guessing, or do you understand the stressing, the aggression, the look of no hope on my niggas' faces, like the Lord overlooked us when he handed down his graces? You see, embraces fall short on the numb tips of street entrepreneurial fingers, stuck in the walls of the project halls where the coke smell still lingers. External blingers is all we can be, cause on the inside we've been given nothing to shine on. And a gig is harder to get than coke, so niggas get they grind on, cause the TV tells us, aim high, nigga, make all goals lateral. But that takes paper that we don't have, so niggas put their souls up as collateral now. Some niggas reclaim them, some blame them, make an excuse to sell them. But when a nigga goes from not doing to doing, what can you tell him? I got to be a nigga, that's how I pay the bills, and I'ma do that whether I got to sling this coke or exploit these rhyme skills. See, America makes you an opportunist, and at the same time they institutionalize you. So the fact that niggas get these big record deals, big money, and then go to jail shouldn't surprise you. That's what lies do. And most of these guys do have raw talent, just infantile education. So the business feeds them all the weed and ecstasy and a little bit of paper to provide some pacification. From all the bullshit frustration they serve you. Meanwhile, they corrupt your perception of what the real is. See, they taken all our businessmen and made them drug dealers. Took all our messengers, made them rappers just flapping their jaws, afraid to admit their treason. Took all our soldiers for the cause, made them killers for no reason and being fucked up. Well, that's in this season, so if you're negative, you're positive, and if you're positive, you're called a hater. But I maintain control of my soul because I know it gets greater later. And I told y'all the last show, I'm no hater, I just know what the truth is. I've been intertwined in this pudding for a year now, so I know where the proof is. It lies in these midtown Manhattan skyscrapers where former hustlers sign papers and do fucked up capers by 16 infamous stars at a time. Got them chopping and bagging and serving that shit to niggas 16 bars at a time, and the crime is undetectable by the feds because in the heads of our kids is where the track is. And music shoots straight to the soul. It's so potent, so it's much more addictive than crack is. Now, the high is just an illusion, lies and confusion, but just for that rush, just once these young bucks will go through it. So in essence, they're still flooding our streets with thugs, drugs, and killing. They just using these record labels to do it. Taking our heartfelt demos, putting us in limos, trying to fuck up our direction. And most niggas is trained to chase money and pussy, so we fall victim to our own erection. Now, convincing ourselves that we're on our way somewhere where we're not going, but ignorance is bliss, and niggas love this, so niggas take pride in not knowing. We not growing. Nigga, I don't give a fuck how slick you flowing if you ain't showing these kids nothing or adding nothing positive to the earth. See, I've been destined to touch this world since the day I was born. To be honest, fuck a deal. God gives me what I'm worth. Lord, you're taking me higher, but I'm scared of heights. Lord, you know my desire, and I'm down to fight. Yes, I am. Inside me a fire that you will ignite. Lord, just lead the way, lead me, and I will hold on tight. Lord, I'm just feeling so distant. How could I sit up here and be a witness? All of my sins I had to go dismiss. All of my friends could no longer get with. My head was so hard, just like the cement. I was in jail, even in prison, living for you. Now that is my vision. Can only get higher now that I've risen. I notice.
Higher, we're going higher. Ascending until you feel we want fire. Fire, we want the fire. Burning up every sin and desire. Remove everything you know and it smell like you. We need revival, we pray for miracle. Higher, we're going higher. We're going higher. We're going higher.
Yeah. Tell the Abba Yahuah. I just want everybody to put your hands up for Abba Yahuah. Yeah. Yeah. Put your hands up, my people. Put your hands up. Put your hands up, my people. Put your hands up. Put your hands up, my people. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Yeah. To the Abba, I'm thankful for every piece. Every piece of mind you gave me while functioning through these streets. New day, different grind, but I promise I'll never leave. New trials, new hurdles, I jump up like track beats. Attack beats for my Abba, this passion, it runs deep. For your people living tragic with habits uncomely. One way to keep you down with these mental lobotomies. Distracted what they feed when my people are underseas. No justice, no peace, picking signs, they picking up. Only if they will return to my Abba, he lift them up. No trust in the system, it's filthy, dirty, corrupt. Never had our best interest, we put ourselves in this rut. What a shame, my ancestors just rolling out in their grave. Reflection who you serve will reflect on how we behave. Oh, disobedient child will never reach half his days. But the media will capture the downfall of a slave. When your mama in the front pew, tears behind the shades. Staring at your casket, emotions become delayed. Heart filled with pain, Yahuah ain't playing games. The wide road is deadly, encouraged to switch their lanes. And I'm pleading with you, Abba, I need your heart in exchange. You don't know a man when truly he is to blame. Three fingers our direction, how lowly how we became. Main finger at our oppressor, but surely you pull the strings. A mouth full of complaint can tighten that ball and chain. Joshua saw his people fall off for the same thing. Knowing most of them were slain, only few of them overcame. We must all count the cost that this walk is truly in vain. Surface men are puffed up, they can never truly obtain. More concerned with being seen than respect on Yahuah's name. Genealogy won't save you, this flush that thought down the drain. No matter 12 tribes, your fringes, garments are fly. If your righteousness don't exceed the Pharisees' scribes, be hard pressed, trust even harder to stay alive. No job, double-minded men prayers don't reach the sky. Went up and came down like a crack fiend when it's high. I know we all must decide, Yahuah resist the pride. The humble and the meek will inherit what he describes. So wonderful and beautiful, never seen with your eyes. Come out of it, my people, become a suitable bride. Put your hands up, my people, put your hands up. Put your hands up, my people, put your hands up. Put your hands up, my people, put your hands up. Put your hands up, put your hands up. Put your hands up for Abba, put your hands up. Put your hands up for Abba, put your hands up. Put your hands up for Abba, put your hands up. Put your hands up, put your hands up. Praise Abba Yahuah. Put your hands up, people, in this set apart place. Put your hands up. Him and his mighty expanse. Praise him for his mighty acts. Praise him according to his excellent greatness. Praise him with blowing of shofars. Praise him with the harp and the lyre, the tambourine and dance. Praise him with string instruments and flutes. Praise him with sounding cymbals. Praise him with resounding cymbals. With all that breathe. Praise Yah. Yeah. Praise Yah. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Information out there. There's only so much information out there about African explorers of the then called New World, whether they were a part of European exploration parties willingly or of their free will. We know of only one documented incident in which an African state ordered the exploration of the New World. Moreover, both the written or oral evidence of African exploration is few. So today, I thought I'd talk about a little-known African explorer we often don't hear much about. By supporting this channel on Patreon, you're helping in the creation of these videos and contributing to this content. On Patreon, you can find more in-depth courses on African history. Also, your support helps the channel grow, improving production quality and future animated projects. And with a word from my sponsors, there's a new social media platform dedicated to educating and uplifting our people. No longer do we have to be censored for speaking our truth. OBT Social is Black-owned and operated, and a place where you can post your businesses and even monetize your content. You can visit the website at obtsocial.com. Links to everything in the description box below. Contrary to popular belief, when Europeans sailed across the Atlantic Ocean in hopes of discovering land and other resources, they were sometimes accompanied by people of African descent. Some of these Africans even assisted in conquering certain territories for the Spanish, largely being identified in modern literature as black conquistadors. Not all Africans in the New World were conscripted soldiers, however. Some played other roles upon their arrival, a man named Mathieu de Costa being one of them. Mathieu de Costa was the first recorded man of African descent to come to New France, a large territory in North America. In 1604, Mathieu contributed to the success of the French colonies by acting as a translator. So why would a man of African descent be a translator for the French? Well, according to one source, Europeans used a trade language related to Portuguese on the west coast of Africa. European sailors, explorers, and traders had used this language to talk with natives on the east coast of North America for a century before French settlement. Black people were favored as translators because some of them knew this language from growing up around the coast of Africa. This historical reference explains why someone like Mathieu de Costa would be selected to take an explorative journey with the French in the 17th century. De Costa was said to have been of African origin, and along with being an accomplished linguist, he was also a navigator, participating in numerous voyages between Europe, Africa, and the New World. Mathieu was well...
Pause. So families, it sits there and says that he was able to navigate not only into Europe, Africa, but as well as the New World, families. North America, the Western Hemisphere. Let's go to Lamentations chapter 4. Y'all put this in your notes. Jot this down, and whenever you have free time, families, you want to read all of Lamentations chapter 4. But we gonna start at Lamentations chapter 4. I think we're gonna start at verse 10 or 11. Jot this down, Yahshua. Lamentations chapter 4. And we're going to start at verse 10. The hands of the pitiful woman have sold it, their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughters of my people. They was their meat. What is this meat, y'all? It is the full understanding, wisdom, and knowledge of Yah's ways, y'all, his will, what the work that he has for you to do. And he sat there and says that their hands, which is something that you apply with, applications, y'all, your deeds of the pitiful woman have sold in their own children. This takes you back to that scripture where it sits there and says that that women will be their children will be their oppressors, and women will rule over them. That takes you back to that scripture, families, where the children will become our own oppressors. It's our own kids, y'all, and they will oppress us, families. But the women will rule over you, the men. They're supposed to be the head of the household. They're supposed to be that true leader, that king, knowledge, inspiration, notoriety, and glory. The Lord hath accomplished his fury. This is his wrath. He hath poured out his fierce anger and hath kindled a fire in Zion with a capital Z. He is capitalizing who he's talking to. He is talking to a particular nation, a group of people, the sons who inherits the birthrights. And it hath devoured the foundations thereof. What foundations, families? That same foundations that Yahushua has established from the foundation of the earth. These oral principles, families, that we supposed to be embedded inside of our lifestyles, y'all, to make us a better individual. A certain person, man, that's going to make you significant than the next. But because of your humbleness, you is lowering yourself down to their level, families. When families, you is trying to tell the next person who don't have that exact same energy as you to level up. It's time for you to level up. So the Most High has to show his fury, and his fury is anger to who? Zion, with a capital Z, his people. The kings with a little k and a plural, y'all. He's talking about all the kings. The kings of the earth and all the inhabitations of the world would not have believed that the adversary and the enemy should have entered into the gates of Jerusalem for the sins, plural, of her prophets. These are people that we hold to high esteem, families, at a high status. They seem to be high valued to us. And the iniquities of her priests that have shed the blood of the just, and in the midst of her, they have wandered as blind men in the streets. They have polluted themselves with blood so that men could not touch their garments. Your garments, families. When people talk about your fringes, man, don't let people sit here and talk about how you starting to dress yourself, man. Families, it's all talking about redefining yourself. You are reinventing yourself. What in the scriptures, he calls it renewing of the mind. You're renewing your whole mindset, man. And you manifesting these things to make you become a better you. You is your own worst enemy. And you are the people that you hang around. Con on that. Verse 15. And they cried unto them, depart ye. It is unclean. You have to leave. Depart. Depart. He said it 3 times. Touch not. When they fled away and wandered, they said among the heathen, they shall no more sojourn where? There, y'all. You no longer gonna be mixed with these type of people, families that don't have no type of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding based upon where you is at. How the Most High Yah done leveled you up. You don't went up in the rank. You don't went up there, man. The anger of Yahuwah have divided them. He will no more regard them. They respected not the persons of the priests. They favored not the elders. These are those families that are not humble, man. Families, they don't show no respect because they read in the scriptures, man, that Yah has no respect to person. Families, we supposed to love our neighbor, man. That is respect. That is respect. RESPECT. Put some respect on that name, man. Yahuwah is telling you, put some respect on his name. That way that you'll be able to love your neighbor the right way. Let another man deem you who you are, man. Don't boast amongst yourself, but let another person praise you, man. As for us, verse 17 is a dagger, man. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. These are all these people that say they part of this one body. And families, we supposed to make up this one nation. But when the Most High Yah Yahuwah divides us, families, you're going to have many people that's supposed to be part of this one body. But families, they are different nations, man. Doing their own thing. Vain help. Just like in the book of Matthew, where he sits there, what is Matthew 6, Matthew 7? Where he talks about those that sit there and says that in the day of judgment, Lord, Lord, then we prophesy in your name, did wonderful works in your name, worked miracles in your name. Deep, man. Verse 17 is a dagger, y'all. Verse 17 is a dagger. Just keeping it above with those, man, that just don't seem to like let it click when he's been trying to turn your light on. Your light is on. Lord's willing, tomorrow, your light stays on. It ain't till when that body goes back to the dust for which it came, to where your TV is turned off, man. Your memory is no longer recording anything. You can't pre-record nothing. You is out of there. You waiting. You waiting just like the rest of them that's still in their grave. Until when Yahusha touched down, he put that crack in the sky, and he lift those up. This is what they call the first resurrection. There is no power in the second resurrection, families. So we don't got no choice but to dot our I's, cross our T's, and when you truly believe with your imanah, your faith, families, you know that's it. And that's all. Keep it pushing, man, and level up. Level up. There are angels, Malachims and the Shamayims in them heavens, families, that don't lose their rank. They don't lose. There is a order to this. And there's no cap. There's no cap. You got people out here talking about sowing a seed. They going to their neighbor talking about, hey, man, you need to do it for 444. Today, the Lord says, is it in your heart to sow a seed for 444? That's the new number today. 3 days later, families, he's telling the exact same Most High, who's supposed to have sowed that seed for 444, is telling you to do it for 777. Come on, y'all. And people get sucked into this type of stuff, man. They get sucked into that stuff, man. Why do they get sucked into the stuff? Because they don't know the day is to pray. They don't know. They don't understand that they've been hunted out here. You got predators amongst you, man. Your adversaries, your enemies. Your enemies. When you read in the scripture, when he sits there and says, turn the other cheek, he is clearly talking about his neighbor, his brother, his mother, those that follow him. That is his mother. That is his father. That is his brother. That is his sister. Those that follow him. You believe, families, that is submission, man. That's full obedience. That's submission. You submitting to only him. And whatever he tells you to do, commands you to do, which is his commandments, just became a law in your life. It became a law. These are rules, codes that you shall not break. If you break the law, you shall what? Have punishment. That is accountability, y'all. You holding yourself accountable for the rules that you broken, man. How in the hell you gonna break a rule, but you want justice or something that you did wrong? Families, them cats will become apostle liars after a while, families, because everything they believe is right. They've been lying and capping the whole time. You gotta be careful about these certain individuals, man. For real. And then will tell you to sow a seed when the word of Yah is absolutely free. Verse 18. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go into what? Our streets. These are our gates. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the Shanaims. They pursued us upon the mountains. They lay wait for us in the wilderness. They are out there stalking you, man. Trolling you, man. Premeditating things on you, man. Until the time that they gonna what? Strike. They patiently waiting, man. But you ain't got no enemies. You just love everybody. You ain't got no enemies. If you follow Hamashiach, yeah, you got some enemies. And you gonna get persecuted. If you don't have these type of characteristics or things going on in your life, then you probably might be serving Hamashiach. You might be serving another God who sat there and says that if you bow down to him, he will give you all the kingdoms of the earth. He will make you famous. He will make you that wealthy and successful entrepreneur. He will make you that wonderful, intriguing, ambitious real estate person or insurance agent. He will make you that until that day that it's time to what? Judge. He ain't gonna collect nothing because the soul don't belong to him. The souls that follow Hasatan, y'all all gonna go to that one place. And I ain't trying to go there. So I believe in submission. I believe in not breaking rules. I believe in not breaking codes. I believe in following some type of structure, a solid foundation. These are laws. So whatever my general command his servant, which is me, a foot soldier, whatever he commands me to do, I don't have no problem doing it at all without blinking, man. You said what? How much? You said, I should have. If you said, huh? Then I heard you the first time. I should have just went straight at it. Quit playing with him, man, cause he's not coming to play nobody games when he comes back. That's what I'm trying to get to. That's the level that I'm trying to be up on. Let's finish it out, y'all. The breath of our nostrils, which is life, wisdom, and understanding. This is what gives us life in Genesis chapter 3. When he breathed into what? Who? Adam. Adam became a living soul. He breathed his breath of life in his where? Nostrils. This is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. The anointed of Yahuwah was taken in their pits, of whom we said, under his shadow we shall live among the heathen. Rejoice and be glad. Shema in his name. O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz, the cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shall make thyself naked. This means that the Most High Yah is going to take the wickedest kings of the earth and their people, their whole nations and all of them, and he's going to expose their wickedness, and he's going to punish them just like he punished us. How you know this? Verse 22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit the thine iniquity. He's going to visit those who did what they did to you. He's finna go holler at them. So while they out here doing what they doing, partying and stuff like that, making up all these face traditions of laws for mans to go by, and if you break it, they send you to prison and some mess, ruin your life. You finna go holler at them exact same people that oppressed us. And he sits there and says that he will visit their iniquity, O daughter of Edom, and he is going to discover their sins. Lamentations chapter 4, man. Let's keep it pushing.
We gon' shine, cause it's our time. Face the east and watch the sunrise. For 100 years we watch our family die. Cause we did wrong, we get it right this time. Cause it's our time. It's our time. No more crying, time's divine. It's already written, this was justified. Cause it's our time.
Ooh, say it's our time. They gon' try to play you like you crazy, never mind them. See, got the lost sheep of the house of Israel, we gon' find them. Matthew chapter 15, verse 24, where you find it. Gotta praise y'all, I was chosen, didn't have to sign up. You rockin' for us, righteous or wrong, gotta make your mind up. Yeah, I see you rockin' your flashy clothes and your diamonds, but that won't mean nothing when the most I do is line up, so line up.
Who you gon' call on when you down and you need him the most, y'all? Who you get credit to for keeping you straight on this road, y'all?
I'm tryna bring you to the light, I ain't tryna expose you. Don't say I ain't told you, I'm an Israelite soldier.
Cause it's our time. Face the east and watch the sunrise. For 100 years we watch our family die. Cause we did wrong, we get it right this time. Cause it's our time. It's our time. No
our time.
The salvation, yeah, we want the kingdom. We ain't action, yeah, we taking. You best believe it. We keep the commandments with the faith and the patience. Flesh versus spirit, we wrestle like Jacob. Wrestle every day, building up our faith. Seek first the kingdom, salvation is on the way. Home in a can, killing the old man. One thing I know for sure, the old man is Satan. With her prayer, faith, my land, Israel so broken, and she languishing mourning by the Gentiles tried in. But it will happen again, Garden of Eden, when Satan's on lockdown 1,000 years. No more temple.
We gon' shine, cause it's our time. Face the east and watch the sunrise. For 100 years we watch our family die. Cause we did wrong, we get it right this time. Cause it's our time, it's our time. No more crying, time's divine. It's already written, this was justified. Cause it's our time.
I like how they go into the Book of Kings at the end of this music video, and it's really showing you the mindset of most kings and the mindset that most kings supposed to have been in. But some didn't recognize the sins that they was in. And not only did they show a bad reflection amongst themselves, but the people that followed them as well show that exact same reflection.
We're getting to see some stuff here. So when he prepared the heavens, wisdom was there. When he set a compass or drew the horizon upon the face of the depth or the abyss or the sea or the waters, which you just went over, wisdom was there. When he established the clouds above, when he strengthened the fountains of the deep. And both of these words in the Strongs here, if you want to go check them out for yourself, both of these words refer to him making them strong, or let me see, I'll show you. To be stout, strong, bold, alert. This word is amats, and that is a reference to the clouds. And then it says he strengthened the fountains. That is pretty straightforward right there. And he used azaz, which means to be strong. So he made the fountain strong. He made the clouds above strong. And we're going to see a reference to the clouds holding the waters, and they're not torn. We're gonna get into a lot of deep stuff as we study the creation. This is why, for those that were in the Q&A, I said I think the words to describe God that we use are very inadequate to accurately describe him, because we see here that there was a personal involvement in the creation. He used, I'm not going to say tools, but he's being described as an architect. And thank you, Big Red. Appreciate you. Esoterics and pagans stole from Yah. The watchers are just copycats, and Yah is the source of all. I agree. Let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, here we go. Now I'm gonna show you guys this architect thing as we get here. So he established the clouds, or made the clouds strong, he strengthened the fountains of the deep. It says, when he gave to the sea his decree that the waters should not pass his commandment, when he appointed the foundations of the earth. All right, so now he assigns limits to the waters, that they can't go past a certain point. And he appointed the foundation of the earth. So we're going to go look at the Strongs again. So right here, we're going to look up this word, assigned. To put in place or to set. And we're going to come down here to the Strong's exhaustive. This is super long. All right, here we go. To appoint, bring, call a name, care, cast in, change, or charge. So he set the rules up. He gave rules to the sea. Now this is important, that the waters should not pass his commandment. Let's look, transgress. It uses the word transgress right here. So now to disobey the law. So here let me restate that. So sin is transgression of the law, right? So we got the law through the commandments. So to disobey that commandment is a transgression. So he gave the sea a commandment. The water is a commandment. It says, look, you can't go past here. They could not transgress his commandment to pass over through or by to pass on. They could not go past or transgress his commandment. It will come down to Strong's exhaustive. To alienate, alter at all, beyond, bring over, through, carry over, come on. So basically the sea, the waters could not go past his commandment. Now remember when they were in the boat and Christ commanded the waters, we kind of get hints of different things going on. Again, I'm not equating Christ to wisdom at all, because remember, wisdom is not saying she gave commandments to the sea. She said she was by God's side. Well, we're going to get to that part. Wisdom says she eyewitnessed this as this was happening. So the mountains were anchored. I'm just recapping. The mountains were anchored. God drew the horizon. And now we're seeing that he's giving specific commands to the sea, which we don't see in Genesis. That the water should not pass his commandment when he appointed the foundations of the earth. So we'll look at this word appointed. Right here it says marked out the foundations of the earth. Again, this is architect talk. And again, some people think that the architect has to do with esoteric stuff and the occult. It says, again, same word. To cut in, inscribe, or decree. And we'll come down here. Appoint, decree, govern, grave, lawgiver, note, portray, or print. So he appointed the foundations of the earth, which, as we saw, he marked out the foundations of the earth. So he's drawn a horizon, and now he's marking out foundations. God is building something